My glasses are filthy and they need a good clean, but I think these are computer wipes. They're probably not the best thing. Mobile phones. Oh well. Probably not the best things to be using. You have to excuse the state of me. I have been working all day in my auntie's garden, cleaning out the guttering. And I'm telling you now, the guttering is very high in places. A few weeks ago we did me and my husband, we did the windows. He painted the windows and I held the ladder whilst he went up the highest point. That was fun. Hello. This is my husband, and he is going to... He's handsome, isn't he? Don't you think he's very handsome? Oh, don't spoil the video. His head's massive, isn't it? Yeah. Let's keep that in mind. Let's look properly. Oh, hang on. How the hell? Your head's not that big.
It's a brain.
Yeah.
Brain.
It's freezing round there. It's cold round there. I think I need my coat. I'm going to get my coat because it's too cold. I'm going to get my coat. It's freezing. Right. My coat. It's warm in the sun. It's bloody freezing when it's in the shade. Right, I'm going to get off now and go and do some work. Yeah, so there was that, and today we have been cleaning the guttering out, so now I've come back and I've got to do some watercolours for the shop. Oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, right, see a bit better now. I'm going to show you how to paint these chickens here, and I'm going to paint a couple of these here. Now I have got other things that I've vlogged over the last few days. Whether I'll put it in this video is another story, but I'll see. Anyway, that's that. So let's have a look. So I've got my, let me pop the camera up a bit more because then you might be able to see a bit more. Like that. Okay, let's, I don't know what sort of angle that is. I don't know if that's any good, but sort of like a side view. Is that okay? There you go. Don't know how much you can see, but I sit like looking at it from that angle. Oh well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Right, so I'm going to do the pencil marks in first. So basically, let's make some room here. Okay, so these trees basically are just a case of this is just your basic outline, okay, and then the sky. I only do this to get my proportions right, so you probably can't see that on the paper there. Now then, I wouldn't mind getting some more of maybe this type flat brush. These here, I don't know how good these are. I haven't used this one yet, so I think they're just a cheap pack of brushes. There you got like fine tips on there. Anyway, right, so I've got that one, or I've got my bigger one. I'm trying to think which one I normally use for this. I think I'll use this one because I'm going to go and put some sky in the background here, and usually these are the colourful ones. So some of this lovely blue. I love this blue here. I think it's a, it's like a turquoise blue. Bit like a phthalo blue. Is it phthalo blue? That's what it looks like. I'm starting to run out of that one actually. So, right. Let's just chuck some paint down there a minute. This is for the sky. And I don't fill the whole page in. I just do bits and pieces. I think all the room I've got here, you think, you know, it'd be easy to set this up, but it's not that easy. And what I want to do for the trees is a nice bit of pinky purple. Like that. Bit of a purple. And I'm going to put a little bit of green in. What else? What else can I put in there? I'm going to put a little bit of that blue in there as well because I like that. Mix that in, and I'm just going to change my brush a minute. I'm going to put a bit of metallics in this as well. Now I want to come down here and I want to do the hills. It's just going to quick movements, you know, like so. I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm running out of my Payne's Grey. I love Payne's Grey. Just going to dab a bit of that in to darken that up a bit. Okay. Oops. And then I'm going to bring the sky down a little bit more. I need to clean my palette because it's getting so dirty. In behind there. Okay. I'm going to bring a little bit more down in here. Let's go for a different blue. A little darker. And I want to put a bit of pink in there as well. So let's use some of that pink. Okay. Oops. That's something I didn't want to do. Now, I haven't got any tissue up here, which is a bit of a pain in the back side because let's just rub that out. So I use this wipe here. Yeah. Use that. And my husband's brought me a nice cup of tea up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's been such a long day today. Shattered. Yeah, I'm shattered. Now I want that to dry off a bit because I want to keep that dark bit in there. I'm not liking what's going on down here, so I think I'm going to just blend that in a bit. There. Okay, bring that down a bit. There we go. Right, and then what I want to do is bring the stems down. So I'm going to get a smaller brush again. And what I will do is I will put a little bit of Payne's Grey on my palette. And I'm just going to drag down like so. There. Okay, like so. Get a little bit of this pink here. Let's bring it down in here. Let's get some of this green. Okay. It's abstracty, so this is how it's meant to look. See, all that colour's running in one now, so I need to let it dry for a bit more. And I want to put some dots of colour around here as well. Starting to bleed into that now, which I'm not too keen on. It doesn't look much to look at here, and to be honest with you, unless you know what this painting is, then really it probably wouldn't mean a lot to you anyway. Now I need to leave that to dry and start on another one because I need more than one. Am I going to take this off of here? I could do, actually. Let's take that off in one piece, like that. But that's not finished yet, so we'll pop that to one side. And let's get another one. I haven't done these for a little while, so usually it takes a while to get into it, and then once I get into it, it comes more naturally. I use a bit of this tape just to give myself a bit of cleanliness, so it gives it a bit of a straight line. And I always go slightly below my marker points. What I do to get my edges, I just go around with my mount. So I've got a spare mount here, it's a bit dirty. And I just pop that over my paper, draw a line in pencil around it, and then that gives me my area where I want to paint. So we got our thing. Draw my outline again. So there's my hill, trees. Gives me a rough idea of where I want everything. And now I can get in and do my ground. I'm going to wet this time. Okay, wet the sky, and I am going to pop in some colour. Like so, just give myself a bit of clouds. Paper's not stuck down that great. Okay. Leave that like that to do its own thing. I might come down with a little slightly different blue. And my trees. Okay. Put some water in there for the trees. And put that pink in. A bit of purple. A bit black. Well, Payne's grey. I want my smaller brush. This is too big. Let's put some of that blue in. There's quite a lot of water sitting in there actually. So whether it's gonna have the desired effect I want, I don't know. Might just be another mess up. There's quite a lot of water in there. Let's take some of it out with this. I don't want it running back into the sky, see? And I don't want it to be a mess either. So, right, let's go for this pink here. Ugh. Let's go for a bit of green. I don't want it to look too muddy. So some days these come really easy, and other days just nah. Right, for a minute, let that dry off for a second, and then I'm just going to come back with this one here, which is looking rather messy, very messy. Looks like a load of naffy rubbish. And I want to come in with some stems. Actually, I want to bring these trees down a bit closer to the ground. Let's get some pink. Bring that down there. It's too dark. There. Okay. And I want to bring. Make this a bit more prominent. And then I want to get a bit of my Payne's grey and bring this down again. And bringing some of the pigment colour down with it as well. Bring the branches out a bit more on that side. do some of this green. There. Okay, so that's looking a little bit more like something. Then what I want to do is I want to put some drops in of colour, so like some speckles. So I'm just going to get my brush and just flick like so. There. Do some flicking down here as well. I'm going to put some white in as well, because I think white brings it out a bit. And I've got to put some of these coloured ones in. So I've got these iridescent, can you see, colour shifting paints. These are watercolour. I'm going to wet my palette, just give it a bit of a wet, give it a soak, and it starts to dissolve. And I love these colours, they're so nice. Peacock Garden. These I got from Etsy in the UK, and they're handmade paints. And I'm just going to drop a few drops in where I see fit. Put a little bit in around here. Not too much. And a few speckles. There. Let's get some of the more purpley colour. Takes a little while to emulsify, and once it's emulsified, put a few blobs on. Oh, that's nice, I like that one. Okay, bring that down there. 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 Okay. I think that's going to be enough for that. All I've got to do now is put a couple of birds in, which I'll let that dry. Let's go back to this one. Okay, let's put some of this pigment on here. Still not quite dry here, but let's brighten that up a bit. Okay, and a bit of a flick there. I don't want too much if it's not dry, because I don't want it spreading out into the painting. I don't want it blending in the sky too much. So let's just bring that out a bit, and let's get some of this nice appley green colour and put that down there, a bit down there, there, and let's bring some of it in here, like that. And then let's bring some of this, let's bring it down to here. Okay, once this has dried a bit, I'll bring some more up here to define this area. These trees are quite famous to Cornwall, so basically they appear on a hill once you approach Cornwall, and people call them the nearly there trees because they're nearly there, they're nearly at Cornwall. Which is in the UK, for those of you that don't know. Right, let's get some of this metallic paint again. Let's get some of that nice blue there, and plonk a little bit in here. Wow, look at that. Oh, that looks quite nice. And let's put a bit in there, not too much. There we go, that'll do for that. Okay, oh actually, before I stop, I'm going to just put a bit of this Oh, that looks nice. That looks quite nice. I don't want it too... That would be alright. It'll be alright. There. So that will dry off. And once it's dry, I'll put a few birds in. I think that's fine. I think I want to leave it like that. That'll do. Once it's in its frame, I've signed it and everything, it's all dry, it will look so much better. And there's the other one. Okay. Right, so I'll leave those to dry. So I'm using this Daleroni, and it's the Aquafine texture paper, watercolour paper. It is 300 grams, cold pressed, A3. And what I do is, the A3 pad is actually ideal for making 2 of these 10 by 8 pieces, okay, to go in this here. So I buy the A3 pads because it works out cheaper, because I get 2 instead of, you know, buying the smaller pads where you get the same amount of sheets. And to be honest with you, I think you get more this way. And what I do is I fold it in half. Use my paper thingamajiggy. Now I've got muck on that. That's the side. Oh, actually no, this is the inside that I want to use. Not that I don't think it matters, but right. I don't want to get paint all over it before I've even started using it. Then I get my ruler, my hard ruler, and my cutter, and then I just slice down the middle. Now I've got a cutting mat underneath here, so just use that, cut it on here. Okay, done. And then what I do is get my mock-up mount that I sell. I always put my watercolours in these mounts and sell them like this. So what I do is I get that, and then I will just draw my outline in there. So it's all ready to paint on. Line it up at the back to make sure I've got enough all round, equal, and then just lightly pencil around it. And then let's pop this back. And then I get my tape. I've started using this tape. I was using frog tape, which comes as green, and it's really good, but it's expensive. So this is a lot cheaper way of doing things. This doesn't peel off as nicely as the frog tape does. So, and then I just go just outside the pencil line. So it allows the mount to cover it totally. And I haven't got any artwork, any of the plain paper sticking out on the picture. Okay. Okay, right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some chickens. Alright. So I'm going to do it landscape, and we're going to pick, let's have 3 colours. I think we'll go for a nice pink and so we'll put one there. Actually, let's draw a pencil line, shall we? Let's draw a pencil line. So we want to do sort of like smiley faces. So let's do one here. I want to make sure I've got enough room to do this. So we'll do one here, and we'll do one slightly different here, so not such a smiley face. Okay, and then we'll do one here. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3 chickens. Doesn't look like much, does it? I don't know if you can see that. So that's basically all we're going to do, right? And then what I want to do is get my 3 colours. So we're going to do a, let's have a, I'm not sure if I'm keen, mind you that purple's not too bad actually. Let's have a purple one here. So, like so, okay. Right, and we'll leave all that nice deep purple to do its job. And I'm going to put a pink one up this side. So let's have some of the pink. We'll have that one facing that way. So, maybe I've made it a little bit too big. Well, right. That one there. And then we'll have a blue one. Should we get a blue one? Yeah. Or should we do green? Let's do green because green's a bit. Or no, let's do black actually. We'll say black. Let's do Payne's grey. We'll do quite a light grey. So we'll just have one that's here like this. There we go. You could be facing that way. So put a little head on there. A little bit sticking up. There. So there we go. Doesn't look much, I know. Right. Now then, get me a little brush. Just bring that head up a little bit more. Okay. And let's just put his head up, or her head up there, like that. And then get hers and go like that. Okay. Right. Okay. Got 3 chickens. Now then, I want to put a little bit of sploshy splashy colour in. I might put a little bit more colour in here. So let's get this nice purple here, and I've got to wet it still. So this is the colour shifting paint. Okay, it's like iridescent. So you see that? It's lovely, isn't it? And I'm going to plonk a bit of that, which I'm using the slight purple. I'm going to just put a bit here, just drop a bit there, just to give that chicken a little bit of colour. And then I'm going to use the pink here, just give that a wet. I've used this one more than I've used that one. Maybe I should start using that one there. So that, look at that, look, isn't it lovely? Look, oh, creamy, creamy. Oh, look at that, lovely. And I'm going to drop a bit of that in there. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is just go put a little bit of splishy sploshy over. That looks pretty, pretty. Okay, a bit of splishy sploshy, and I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the Payne's grey in here. Just drop a little bit of that in. Let's make it look like it's a bit of the wing or something. Right. What else? Let's get some more of the purple and just put a bit in. That's its head. Let's go drop a bit in there for the wing. Let that do its business, and let's put a little bit of the mixture of colours in over here. Give that a little bit of a wing there. Break this up a bit, I don't like it. There, a bit better. Okay. Now then, let's just bring the tails out a bit like this. And the same on these here. And that. Okay. Right, now then. Now I could do some pen work with this. Let's get a bit of the red. I don't know if I'll spoil it by doing that, because what I want to do is put its, what do you call those things on their head? What are they called? Those thingamajigs. I don't want it to run too much into the... Oops, it has already. No, it won't hurt. There we go. And a bit on that one as well. There we go. Okay. It's abstract anyway, so it doesn't matter. And let's do some legs. I think I'm going to use the... shall I use the red and a bit of black? There, it's a bit darker. And I'm going to bring that down like... Oop. Don't know if that's too... Are their legs too long? What do you think? There. Okay. And then let's bring a little bit of colour in the bottom here. I think I'm going to go for a green. Just to break that up a bit. There. Wipe that off a bit there. There. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I don't like his feet there, but it's abstract, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's bring that, there you go. There. That'll do. Tidy that up a bit. The more you practice this, the better you're going to get at it anyway, so practice makes perfect. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that dry, and then I'm going to fill in the beaks and stuff with ink. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. Or shall I attempt to just pop a little... That's all I need to do. They're almost kissing each other. And that one's not. Right. Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do is... bring, let's put some colour in the sky, shall we? So, let's get some of that blue. Just... yeah. Not much, just to show elements of the sky. And let's get some, what colour? I want to do a few more splashes. I think green, something like nice apple green, and we'll just go like so. There. Yeah, I think that looks really good. I like that. Let's just do a few blades of grass like this. Okay. There we go. So that's that. It's not finished yet because we're going to pop in some eyes and stuff. But there's our 3 chickens. Ah, look at that look. Isn't that cute? Right, we'll let that dry, because once the paint's dry, it will start to show more depth and stuff. It will look really nice. There. Look at that. I think that looks lovely. I don't want to play with it too much because that's when you start going wrong. I like that a lot. A lot. So we'll let that dry. Let's take that off and we'll start on the next one. Okay. So we'll put that to one side. Oopsie, look at that look. Oh dear. That's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Never mind. Let's put some of the pink down here and bring it down that way this time. Oh well. Practice, it's practice, that's all it is. Bit of practice. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Won't know till you try. Let's pop some more of this. Oh. Bit of a mess, but never mind. It's abstract chickens. Right, let's put the little feet in. That'll do. Pop a bit of sky in. A bit of grey up here. Show some clouds. Doesn't have to be much, just a little bit of dirty grey in there. There, that'll do. There. Okay, let's leave that one to dry and we'll see. We'll come back to that. I'm not 100% certain of that one, but we'll see. We'll see if we can make it look better than it does. Right, let's pop that one on there. Let's come back to this one. It's fair. Oops. It's fairly dry, not quite as dry as I'd like it. How are our trees getting on? Let's have a look. Okay, so the tree, I love that paint. Look at that paint, look. Can you see? That's nice. Okay. Right, so I wanted to just emphasise some of this down here. I'm going to use some green for that. Just to give that a bit more definition. Okay, and what I'm going to do is get a bit of the Payne's grey and I'm just going to come down, there we go, darken that off a little bit in places, not everywhere. There we go, and that will do for that. Alright, now I can't rub the ink off yet because it's the ink of the pencil because it's still slightly wet, so I want to put some white on this as well, and I might put some gold in. Probably be better to do that before I peel all this stuff off. For my gold pigment I'm using the Kramer, and it is lovely watercolour paint. It's expensive but it's worth it. It lasts for ages, so There's all these different golds and pearlescent, and there's like an iridescent blue in there, and then you've got these neutral colours back here. This gold's lovely. Look at this. So use a bit of that and flick some gold paint onto it. There we go. Highlight that a bit. Let's get the other one whilst I've got some on my paintbrush, and we'll flick a bit of the gold into this one as well. There, that'll do for that. And then what I want to do is, what I get is some white paint. I've got some of this I could use. I could use some of this, which is a white ink, and it's very pigmented, but something sticky has got onto it, and now I've got it all in my flipping hands. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ugh. God, help. Help. Right. So see what this is like a minute. I want to use a different brush, so it needs a good stir. It's thickened up in places. I haven't used it for a while. I think it's had it. It's not very, it's all gone thick and gloopy in places. Let's see if I can just drop some. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh, hang on, yes. We'll do it that way. Oh, there's a bit too much there. Oh, it won't hurt. Right. That'll do. We put a little bit on that one. I like a bit of white paint splatter because it. You can always use masking fluid and then take that off. So let's just chuck that back in there. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So let's just take that off there. Take that off there. And that off. So, right, and afterwards I will take off all the pencil markings. Then I will get a clean mount and pop it in there. And that's what it will look like. And actually it looks quite nice. I think so anyway. Right, now then I need to shut my blinds because it's getting dark out. And look at it. It's getting dark. Let's shut the blinds. There we go. Right. Okay. So that's one done. And I think I might put a little bit of black. Oops. A little bit of Payne's grey here. Oh my god, that's not good. There. Do. Alright, let's peel this off. As long as you're careful, you should be alright. You shouldn't peel the paper with it, she says. Doesn't always work that way, mind. We'll come back to the chickens in a moment. Right, that's that. So there we go. Look at that, look. Aren't they pretty? I love them. I'm not sure if I will go so much. I might put, that was a bit extreme. That was a bit extreme. These look quite cute. And, you know, close up, look at that. Aren't they nice? I like them anyway. They're so easy to do, okay? And they look quite effective, and they will look nice on someone's wall, I think. Look at that, look. And then we have these forever trees here. Not forever trees, these coming home trees, nearly there trees, whatever, whoever wants to call them what. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So that's my watercolours for this evening, and now it's getting late and I'm going to go to bed. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful at all, that's great. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Although you don't have to subscribe, you know. Would I subscribe if it was not my channel and I was watching me? Probably, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, won't we? Probably, maybe. Probably. Yeah. I'll leave it up to you anyway. Right, so. Yeah, I like that. That's very nice. And I put a bit of glitter in it as well. And glitter really does bring out the piece of work. Glitter is actually quite effective when you put it on a piece of artwork. Alright? Honestly, very effective. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to come back on another day and I'm going to go through something else. My battery's running out now, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you later. Cheers.